Please remain standing for the national anthem of Vietnam. Ladies and gentlemen, and now I invite both teams to shake hands.
So getting close to a start, Vietnam and Singapore.
Your referees for this matchup, Mr. Chang Lu Yue from Chinese Taipei, Miss Lei Si from Japan, Mr. Liu Chi Kun from Malaysia, and your commissioner, Mr. Ip Phuc Hua from Hong Kong.
Singapore bringing to this tournament 6 players backing up from 2 years ago. And in that lineup, Wong Wei Long, Han Bin, Leon Quek, Larry Liew and Russell Low and Delvin Goh, all backing up here in Malaysia. And 3 of them in the starting 5. Mitchell Folkoff had a strong game in a losing effort against Indonesia, and Frank Arcego is their Australian-born head coach, but he's coached a fair bit in Asia and particularly in Singapore. Had his time with the Singapore Slingers, and he knows Singapore basketball pretty well. There's the Vietnam lineup. Struggle a little height-wise, but Nguyen Van Hung and Nguyen Van Hung, both at 190 centimetres plus, might be able to match Singapore at least in that department. And coached by Todd Purvis, who, like Frank Arcego, has got some experience around Asian basketball. Been away for a few years. Coached the Indonesian Warriors to the ASEAN League title 5 years ago.
Chỉ trong trung phong á, đẩy nó trước, đừng có vô lấy vị trí sớm. Rồi tất cả mọi người cùng nhau.
Todd getting some help from an interpreter.
Whatever it is all you need to do next is just be organised, right? Don't panic, just relax, allow the game to come to you and be confident of finishing off straight away. Then get your asses down and defend, got it? That's what gets games won. Let's go.
Well, only slightly colourful. I don't know if I need to apologise on Frank's behalf for the language. It was just encouraging the team to defend. It's a truism of many sports, team sports. When you don't have the ball, everyone is a defender. Work hard in defence. Mitchell Folkoff, come here from Austria, I believe, to be part of the Singapore program. Smallish crowd in, with Malaysia not involved in this match. Leon Quick gets a second look at it, but it bounces the way of Vietnam for the first real possession of this encounter between two teams with an even win-loss record, even with each other, that is to say. Down inside, but well contained. Russell low. Singapore in red, Vietnam in white. Just correct myself there. This is Nguyen Van Hung. Din shot. It's hard, the rim, and Mitchell Folkoff takes a rebound, had it knocked out of his hands, so it will be a Singapore possession. Larry Liew puts it to the elbow. Liew switches sides and opens up with a handy, oh, I'm pretty sure that's 3, not 2. There we go, that's better. The umpire's had the 3 fingers in the air. Kept in for Singapore's advantage. Singapore did struggle in the early minutes against Indonesia with scoring, and then it dried up completely in the second half. Turnaround attempt from Delvin wouldn't go. Loose hands, but tied it up for Vietnam. And the attempt from Ngoc Tu. Singapore doing a nice job on the rebounds at the moment. Wong Wei Long, Folkoff. And Frank Arcega asking this Singapore team to be confident. It's all very fine to ask for it. Well, that was a shot that should have gone to Han Min. It's a little bit untidy at the moment. But Ngoc Tu opens the account for Vietnam. And, a bit over 2 minutes taken off the first quarter. The hands, shooting hands, not exactly warm for either team. Nguyen Van Hung works his way in. So Delvin foul there. Nice little layup. And Nguyen Van Hung. So Vietnam, a couple of 2-pointers to the 1-3 from Singapore. Delvin turns around his man and quizzical look. What did I do? And Todd Purvis trying to work one of the referees. That seems to be the coach's job half the time. You can't talk to the players, they've got to talk to somebody. Sometimes the referees are handy. So, a bit of a warning, I think, to a couple of the players just to calm down. Wong Wei Long being spoken to. Has it now. Shake of the head from Nguyen Van Hung. So tea towel over about 6 of the players at that inbound ball. Singapore trying to create a little bit of space or an open look, and they've had a couple of those little quite close in range baby jumpers. Turnaround shots not going. Wong Wei Long. Delvin Goh can't find his range. Getting their share of offensive boards. Wong Wei Long reluctant to pull the trigger. 6 on the shot clock, and that goes eventually for Larry Liew. Tien working inside. Drawing the foul from Folkoff. Wong Wei Long. Racking up the fouls through the first 4 minutes. Vietnam and Singapore. Nguyen Van Hung. Trapped, did well to get the pass away. And for 2 points, Vietnam back in front, 6-5. Dinh Thanh Tam. And Delvin Goh responds quickly. Game starting to open up. Boys finding their offense. Nguyen Van Hung. 5 on the shot clock. Singapore composed with their defence. Oh, he's got it. Unbelievable. Second effort from Ngoc Tu. Plenty of time to find the range from outside, Larry Liew, and he follows in looking for his own rebound. In truth, it wasn't a brilliant shot. Ngoc Tu. Larry Liew gets the first from the line. Ties us up at 8. Singapore edge in front. Halfway through the first quarter. A stuttering start to the match. It's got its rhythm. Oh, a gift of a pass away from Dinh Thanh Tam straight to Singapore. Larry Liew. Wong Wei Long. Sort of underplayed his hand somewhat, and there's a travel against Singapore. Wong Wei Long for Singapore against Indonesia. Just really wasn't at his best, particularly offensively. He's very good at running the floor usually, but just seems to be a little less than what we know he can do. Russel low with the rebound for Singapore. Go. And the shot is good from Larry Liew. Their outside shooting against Indonesia was poor, Singapore, so nice to see they got a couple early. That's a sweet shot from Dinh Thanh Tam. Put up on the edge of the key and no defence there to challenge. Liew. A little sloppy with the footwork. True Han Min checks in. Nguyen Tu. There's a play to be watched. Dinh Thanh Tam, that shot didn't go, but there's plenty to like about the approach to the basket. Go. And Delvin go. This is a much sharper looking Singapore. Take a 4-point lead. Lim Junyuan checks in for Singapore. Folkoff. A hotly disputed rebound, which Vietnamese eventually get hold of. And Lim Junyuan doing his own refereeing there, calling for the travel against Vietnam. Nguyen Van Hung, Stefan sits down. And looks like he's spent a bit of petrol in the opening 7.5 minutes. He has been busy, but it's Singapore by 4. Wong Wei Long looking much more involved in this match than against Indonesia. That's got to be a good sign. Singapore need him to fire. Nguyen drags himself up off the floor. Only weighs about 65 kilos. One of the smaller players in the tournament. As we say, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Not the size of the dog in the fight. They're playing with plenty of spirit, Vietnam. So they finished 7th out of the 9 competing countries 2 years ago. Singapore 3rd. That's any kind of guide for you. Nguyen Van Hung. Oh, it goes. John Ng had the open look from outside, wanted to get closer in, and they've spilled their opportunity for the rebound. Singapore should get punished here, and they are. Nguyen Duong levels it up at 14. In the paint for Vietnam there. Singapore have had a couple of shots from outside. Too close to miss. Delvin go. We'll go against Lim Junyuan. Thought it might have had position. Frank Arcego, one of those coaches who wears his heart on his sleeve. He feels every foul, every missed shot, every call that he feels might have gone against him. Nguyen Van Hung dishes off. Gets it back. free throw line and helped himself to a couple. Singapore have had a 4-point lead. I'd be disappointed not to have something for their efforts at quarter time, which is just half a minute away. Shot doesn't go. Strong rebound from Delvin Goh. Needs help. Todd Purvis calling for a travel on the big man from Singapore, but Goh did not. Instead, he's at the line. I'd like to get one of these. Singapore by 3. Nguyen Duong out. To Quang Trong in. Number 5 for Vietnam. Singapore intensify the defense here. Try and deny Vietnam and take a useful little 3-point lead into the first break. Nothing in the big picture, perhaps. So they couldn't deny Nguyen Van Hung. So they closed to within 1. That was a pretty entertaining first quarter. The opening couple of minutes, a bit scrappy, and then we saw some good end-to-end stuff from both teams, and Singapore lead it 19-18 over Vietnam at the end of the first. Underway in the second quarter, Vietnam, Singapore, really nothing in it. Singapore dominant on the boards in that first quarter. They should be with their slightly bigger men inside. 10 rebounds to 6 in the opening stanza. Not quite as accurate from the field. At 41% Singapore, Vietnam slightly better. Lim assisted to his feet. Tapped out to the advantage of Leon Quek, who's joined the game. And the shot is sweet from John.
3 points.
Much better effort all across the court from Singapore to the one I saw against Indonesia. See if they can sustain it, because they certainly stopped in the second half against Indonesia. Leon Kwek announcing himself to the game. Oh, a sloppy second look at the rebound. It should have been Singapore's. Good finish from Nguyen Van Hung, the veteran in the team at 37. Russell Low, gee, could call it a hospital pass in another sport. That's the Nguyen Van Hung basket. Low was under a heap of pressure. 3 men around him, and Singapore chose to pass to him. Singapore back out by 4.
This is a public service announcement, ladies and gentlemen. There is no flash photography.
There's a ticket from out wide.
There's no flash photography. I can see a flash.
Gets another look. Nice spin move from him, but won't go. Lim tried to drive in. Have to get reset. Quick. Thought he saw an opening along the baseline, but Vietnam did a good job to shut it down. Lim sits down. Folkoff back into the game. Truhan Min out. Ngoc Tu in. Nguyen Van Hung with it. An ambitious pass. Oh, that's Goh Kok Chiang getting the charging foul out of Singapore. Certainly took some pain for the gain. Scoring's just dried up in the last 60 seconds or so. A few basic errors have snuck into the game after I sung the praises of the first quarter. Back to square one with the fluency of the game. So the double dribble against Goh Kok Chiang. Speaking of the more basic errors, there have been a few handling issues and poor options taken. 12 turnovers. Rather too many. The 3, hard off the rim. Vietnam with a 3-on-2. Ngoc Tu. And so you go with a rueful grin directed towards the referees, I think. If left-handers make up 10% of the population, they're 10% of elite basketballers who are left-handed. You don't see enough of them. Nguyen 2 gets the second. So Singapore's lead is 3. Make that 5. Couple for Russell Low. Nguyen 2 forced away from the basket. That's Russell Lowe's good work earlier. Shot's good from Dim Chien Kong. Four minutes gone in the second quarter. Singapore still with the lead. It was 1 at quarter time. Smart work from Leon Quek. Find a Vietnamese player to throw the ball at to retain possession. Clock reset at 14. Singapore continuing to enjoy the rebound stats, 15-8. Outside shooting's gone a bit cold. There's one off the glass for John Ng. On 2. Thanks, keeping him outside the perimeter. Working his way to the baseline was Nguyen 2. The pressure yields yet another turnover. Singapore by 5. Conversion here would be useful. Oh, hard work inside. That's great work. Delvin Goh had a lot of people to get past, and he just muscled his way in to make the lead 7. Vietnam need a response. That is not it. In-your-face defense from Mitchell Folkoff. And it's all coming unglued for Vietnam in these last couple of minutes. There's that hard work inside from Delvin Goh. Go again. Vietnam understandably struggling against Singapore's bigger men. Oh, sweet. Wong Wei Long. We've waited too long for that. But it's good to see it nonetheless. Singapore by 9. Dinh Thanh Tam. They need him on the court as much as possible. Nguyen Van Hung takes a break. So Singapore, nice lead in this second quarter. Even the close-in shots aren't going for Vietnam. Oh, good follow-up right down the middle of the key. And Russell Lowe, 34-23.
Timeout, Vietnam.
Go. Spots his teammate coming in through the open channel. Had a little bit of work to do, but it's Singapore now with a significant lead.
Hồi nãy giờ mình mất tấn công nhanh 2 trái rồi.
All right, let's run horns down right now.
Horn down.
Horns down. Tam and Kong Ding, you guys set the side screens. Steph, use the screens. Work your man down lower so you can run him off the screens. Right now, you're not getting anything off of it because he's just fighting you over the top. Work him down, then follow down there to get some.
Team rebound. Understand that? 50-50. Box out, let the units get to the glass, and then we're off and going. And then 2 tempo. Right? 2 tempo. If you get a fast break, listen, we need to consolidate. You understand what I mean? Right now, good 4 minutes. 1, 2, 3.
That's a good message. Consolidate. They've built an 11-point lead. They're winning the quarter 15-5. And Singapore need to hold on now, build on that, not to let some easy baskets go the way of Vietnam, who can then make a game of it in the second half. If they can close to within half a dozen points, it's game on again. Singapore have got a great opportunity here to really take some authority. Heard the message from Frank Arcego, box out, keep winning these rebounds. Seven on the shot clock, and they get away. A telling blow through Nguyen Duong. John Eng. Oh, great ball. Super delivery from Wong Wei Long inside to pick up Russell Low. You want to see that from your guards. Some special ball work. And the long-range attempt from Dinh Thanh Tam only presents another rebound for Singapore. They've got it by 10. 3 to go in the second. And I think they allowed that basket.
Is good. At the foul, number 18. Will be going to line 4. Substitution for Singapore, number 11.
It wasn't clear from the referees to me whether they'd waved away the continuation. Nguyen Van Hung. And a couple for Vietnam. And they only have one shot from the line, so I'm just trying to work out what the score could and should be here. Singapore's ball, heavy contact there, and Russell Low and his opponent. Folkoff with it for Singapore. 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Eng puts up a short shot. Almost hit the edge of the backboard. There's no arc on the shot. It was never going to go. Still Singapore by 8. Delvin go. 2 on him. And he's fouled. John Eng off to the bench. Delvin go to the line. Yes, they restored those points I thought Singapore should have had. And suddenly back out by 12. It's a sneaky little addition to the score. It's okay, as long as we get it right in the end. 2 left in the second quarter, and a dozen is the lead. Nguyen checks in for Mitchell Folkoff. And Nguyen Van Hung will bring it up the floor for Vietnam. Need some points before the break. Nguyen. Well, the referees get it right in the end, probably. It looked like it came off a Singapore hand. Frank Arsago, of course, was doing his own refereeing the other way. In comes Tru Han Lin for Nguyen Tu. Singapore by 10. Oh, good putback. First effort from Goh, followed up by Low. Oh, nearly an intercept. But instead it's a 3-point attempt. Not there. And an uncontested rebound for Delvin Goh. Vietnamese defense back in a hurry. No chance really for Lim Chun Yuan to back himself. Five on the shot clock. Goh has to turn around and take it and get it. Oh, timely. He's had a very strong first half, Delvin Goh. Singapore by 14. Nguyen works his way in. Pleads with the referees for some help there. None forthcoming. Wong Wei Long. Give away possession too early in these closing moments, but Wong Wei Long helps himself to a couple. Lead of 16. Vietnam need to pull the trigger from outside. Dinh Thanh Tam misses the target, and that's a very impressive second quarter. You know, the numbers for Delvin Goh has really anchored the second quarter effort. He's been too big and too strong inside, helping himself to rebounds as well. That's the situation at the end of the first half. Singapore 46, Vietnam 30.
The end of the first half, Singapore leading Vietnam.
ones here, get the other one flash up and then the other one. Got it? You know what I mean? And look, you look like holding for each other. Right?
The second half is just about to begin, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for both these teams.
Singapore played one of their best quarters of the tournament, 27-12. They outscored Vietnam in that second term, so a 46-30 lead. Most impressively, field shooting for Singapore is up to 50%. They'd like to maintain that for another 2 quarters. And they might. Wong Wei Long, accurate with the first. And rebounds 24-10 for Singapore. It's been a telling story as well. 3 from 10 with their 3-pointers. 1 for 6 for Vietnam from outside the perimeter. They got that first one away quite early. And Delvin Goh leads all the scorers with 13 through the first half of action. Well, Delvin Goh gets the points and got his man. It's brought a fair bit of amusement to the bench. John can't believe what his big teammate's just done. And chasing the rebound, unfortunately, Dinh Thanh Tam sums up Vietnam's night. He was first there, but sent the ball into the bleachers. Larry Liew swinging the ball around nicely. Oh, there's a big bump on Goh, but he wears it well. Russell Lowe, beg your pardon. Nice response from Nguyen to Stefan. Looking very confident about their work, Singapore. Just riding the challenge and keeping his man off with his right arm. Nguyen Tuan there. Singapore by 20. One stalls though, and chance for Vietnam to start trimming this lead. Falls to Larry Liew. Just missing too many close-in attempts, Vietnam. And the rebounds, totally dominant performance in that sector by Singapore. Low, too strong, down low. The 223s go at it. Delvin Goh defending Dinh Thanh Tam. Russell wasn't afraid to get physical there with that last basket. Dinh Thanh Tam makes the first count. Having a discussion yesterday about people's ability to do 2 things at once. It was more around a hockey game, but watch what the referees have to do in basketball. listen to conversations coming at them from the coaches while still watching the game. Russell Lowe's had a very strong start to the second half. Nguyen Tuan 2 knocked to the hand, I think. And Lowe takes a break. He's earned it. He's played 3 tough minutes. Larry Liew also to the bench. Lim Jun Yuan is back in one for Singapore. Dion Quek, oh sorry, Folkoff it is, Mitchell Folkoff. By 24 now. So they're continuing to stretch the lead. Only 4 points for Vietnam in this third quarter. Margins getting intimidating now. They're swinging the ball around almost at will, Singapore. The defensive effort from Vietnam has sagged off a little. John Ng checks back in. Mitchell Folkoff gets the break. Oh, textbook stuff. There's a heavy fall there for Nguyen Van Hung, and the Singapore boys quick to come over, make sure he's okay. They might not have done that if the game was a lot closer, but it is good to see the sportsmanship when it is on display. Very quick transition from Singapore. And another excellent finish from Leon Quek. Oh, this time the shot goes for Nguyen Tien Duong. Didn't they need that? They've had very few points in this third quarter. Just the 7. The 16 from Singapore. There's only 1 point in it at quarter time. 19-18, then 46-30.
Substitution for Singapore, check is number 34.
Nguyen eventually gets it over halfway behind the back pass to get himself out of trouble, and the shot from To Quang Trong. It's desperation stuff from Vietnam. Three-pointer won't go. Lost the handle for a moment. Had to dish off. Vietnamese supporters happy with To Quang Trong's finish. See the soft turnover, the over and back. Tough night for the team and coach Todd Purvis. 20 turnovers evenly split. That's not where the damage is really being done. Singapore dominant on the boards, and they've brought in the big man, Levin Raj, number 34. So he's a man, he's only 17. 140 odd kilos and 2 meters of him. Rather feed him for a day than a week. But it's great to get him this experience when the game's in a comfortable position. There he is, got the rebound. Oop, can't get the good shot away though. Can muscle his way in towards the basket with that kind of size. It's the Singapore shack. Well finished in the end by Nguyen Van Hung. Singapore's lead 23. Bit sloppy. Raj misses from close in. That one is a good three-pointer for Vietnam. Got the lead back to 20. For Quan Trong. Takes the shot, no one near him. Had plenty of time to line it up and execute.
Cái trái banh mà nó ném nhiều á, ném xa.
We've got 2 people on the ball. We've got no one underneath the basket. What's the matter with you? Our job is to focus. Everyone has a job with a player. Do your job with your player. You need to get up and down the floor and protect the basket. Right? That's your number one job. Down here, take your time, Larry. Use the backboard. You don't have to knock people over. You guys got 4 fouls. Just get your feet underneath and use the backboard.
Either shoot, attack, or
Tam
kick it
một
for that
ném
three.
hoặc
Okay?
chuyền
And then
dưới
let's turn
cho 3 điểm
around,
thôi.
match up, and
Rồi bài 14 mình y chang vậy thôi.
We've got 3 minutes to make a run.
Mình
right
còn
now.
3 phút.
Let's make a run right now.
3
Get
phút
back in the
nữa.
zone.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Vietnam got 3 minutes to make a run, says Coach Todd Purvis. Singapore running some of their bench players and not quite doing the job to Frank Arcego's satisfaction. He's had some harsh words to say there in the break. They're still winning the quarter, but not as handsomely as they were 5 minutes ago. Livin Raj can't take the rebound. He's been encouraged to get up and down the floor a bit quicker. Look after the basket. Russell Lowe's going to check back in. Livin Raj. Coach has seen enough. It's good to give the young man some minutes. It can't be at the expense of the game. I don't think the game is on the line, but Frank Arcego wanted a bit more from the young man, but the experience is good for him. And that one has a gentle look and then drops for Russell Lowe. It's a foul on Dinh Thanh Tam and Larry Liew. Dinh Thanh Tam to the line. Certainly got some impressive ink on that right shooting arm. Wonder if it helps. Eight points now.
Number 18, checking into the game.
Mitchell Folkoff back in for Singapore. I think Arcega would like to see some productive plays here from Singapore before the last break. That momentum stopped really. He's made some changes, get his bench busy, but hasn't proved too fruitful. And there's another sweet bucket from Nguyen Duong. They've got the lead under 20 now, Vietnam. Well, Leon Kwek was slow to seize the opportunity there. He was in under the basket. And sometimes you're reluctant to take the first option. You go looking for something better. Got the best option. I guess you're not to know always, but seize the day. Chu Hanman. Had the ball for an age, sets up a three-point shot that was a little flat, and a rare offensive rebound for Vietnam. Oh, lost it. That's disappointing. Singapore. Leon Kwek thought he had the easy two. Russel Low slapped away the attempt. And Singapore have lost their way a bit. Vietnam have won the last few minutes. And won it well. 5 seconds to put up a decent shot. So the lead is 16 again. In the end, Vietnam have managed to match Singapore in that third quarter. It'll be a very unhappy Frank Arcega who greets the team as they sit down. $66-50, Singapore leading Vietnam at the end of the third. $20 points apiece in that period. Fourth quarter underway. Singapore's lead was well in advance of 20 at times during that third quarter, but it's back to 16 as we start the last period. They lost their spark and some energy when Delvin Goh had a break from the game. Vietnam took advantage. They won't count themselves out of this yet. It's a costly mispass from Nguyen Van Hung. It's a good position to score and didn't. Folkoff. And it's Vietnam's ball. Russel Low, not quite sure how he lost possession there and why the call went the way it did. We'll have a look at the replay later if he likes. It'll be out there on YouTube. Nguyen. Ouch, this is starting to hurt. Nguyen with that right thumb strapped now. We saw him leave the court in that third quarter. Wong. Oh, they needed that. Little settler. Get them going in this last quarter. And 3 for Vietnam. 13 is the lead. What's going on? They're not hanging on to their rebounds. Gets 2 and goes to the line. And Vietnam are making a run. Once you lose momentum, it's so hard to get it back. Not sure there was much in the foul on Nguyen Tuan too. Singapore need a break here.
Right? Some more touches around the paint. Okay, look, when the ball's going inside, the touch is taking a little too long to make our move. Right? Have a catch, have a look, explore. If it's not there, throw out, and the people on the outside will keep working. Right? You're just standing around watching one person go to work. Right? We've got to do a little bit better job with that. Okay? Just relax. Right? The thing now is we defended for penetration, right? Their eyes are lighting up. They want to try and get a couple of threes going. We've got to be able to defend on the line.
Direct nha, banh mình đi vô chân phong luôn. Yes, yes, tất cả mọi người di chuyển đổi chỗ nhau luôn nha. Opposite center go double. Opposite break go double.
Weak side man, you gotta drop.
Rồi chân phong cánh người đó ụp nha. Nhớ. Hậu vệ của mình đó nhớ về.
Well, there's some real excitement and urgency about the Vietnam camp now. They sense a shock. 8 minutes left, 12 the lead. It was 16 at three-quarter time and half-time. And the sting has gone out of Singapore's effort. Nguyen Tuan too. Gets the bonus. 11 the lead now. Singapore have only scored 2 points in this last quarter. But they really stopped moving with a couple of minutes to go in the third. They've lost their way, but Delvin Goh is back on. And Vietnam won't be stopped. Dinh Thanh Tam gets another couple. And they've got the lead under double figures. Vietnam's fans have found voice. And finally, Leon Kwek. Well, this has turned into a great contest. We thought it was over. Midway through the third, it's anything but. They are taking the shots from outside. Dinh Thanh Tam helps himself to another 3 and the margin's down to 7. It was 20 plus. And they're 5 from 11 from outside. They were 1 from 6. Too long in the key. Vietnam with another conversion here. So they're leading the quarter 13-4. Make that 15-4. What an extraordinary comeback from Vietnam. Singapore need a couple of authoritative baskets. They're being outplayed everywhere. And they've made the same mistake again, Singapore. Frank Arcego, what is going on? Nothing good from his perspective. Nguyen Van Hung. What an inspiring performance from Vietnam to get themselves back into the contest. Foul against Singapore. Just 5 points in it. Leon Kwek has a seat. My goodness me. I've seen some turnarounds in basketball, but not too many greater than this. And he gets them both. The lead is 3 points. We were looking at a massive margin for Singapore earlier in the game. But they've been guilty before of stopping in the second half. Goh swings it across to Lim. They're just making all sorts of mistakes, Singapore. Their confidence is way, way down. Rueful shake of the head from Frank Arcego, wondering what he can do here to re-inspire the team. It's between the ears, it would seem, for Singapore. The players have just lost their way, lost their confidence. And the Singapore players just watched that shot. No one moved towards the basket. It was lucky that no one from Vietnam was looking for a rebound. So there's no one from Singapore doing that job. Folkoff. Oh, an easy layup, won't go. Player injured is Nguyen Duong. They need him to be okay. Gets up with some help.
On number 18, Singapore.
So the offensive foul. Singapore, they could draw level if they want to fire in another 3 from outside, as they've been doing so well in the last 5 minutes. Oh, that's Folkoff crashing into Nguyen Duong. Not intentional, but certainly clumsy. And it was worth the whistle. Vietnam, do they still believe? Oh, better D that time from Singapore. Larry Liew. Brings it up the court. Who can step up and right the ship here? Another stop for Vietnam would be telling. Oh, good steal. Nguyen Van Hung did so well. Now the shot from outside. Oh, caught in the jaws and was spat out. Nguyen Van Duong looking for it. Under 4 minutes left. Nothing is happening for Singapore. John Eng was looking for the three-pointer. Nguyen works his way in. And John Eng takes the rebound. 3.5 to go. Neither team scoring at the moment. Next bucket, crucial. Go. Larry Liew kicks it out. The three won't go. Oh, that's got to be a foul on Russell Lowe's. Thrown to the floor, really. Nguyen Van Hung in for Vietnam. Timeout though. This is when the coaches earn their money. Game's on the line. 3 to go. 3 the difference.
All the pressure's on them right now.
Rồi tất cả bây giờ áp lực ở phía bên họ thôi. Tất cả áp lực bây giờ là phía bên họ thôi, không còn bên mình nữa nha. Bây giờ mình cố gắng thủ xong chạy bài. Lên chạy bài.
All right, the next time down. Next time down, I want to run horns, and I want you to go off the four-man side. All right.
Horn, đi bên phía số 4.
And we come down facing this way. I want you in this corner right here.
Seal down the floor. All right. Okay. Let's see if you can take a good balance. Don't force. And remember, pass away from the defense. Pass away from the defense. Right? Keep running here. Keep running here. If you can get that early look inside, then explore it. If 10's defending, no one has challenged 10 for the last 8 minutes. We have not challenged him for the last 8 minutes. Come on, focus in and keep the D up. Come on. 1, 2, 3.
10 is Nguyen Van Hung. And Frank Arcego asking for some pressure to be put on the Vietnamese number 10. But Nguyen Van Hung, 17 points. We might have meant Tien, not 10. That would make more sense. Nguyen Van Hung. His name, not the number, which belongs to Nguyen Van Hung. Low. And that gives them a little bit of breathing space. Well, hands on it. Good quick regather. Oh, the rebounds here. They're 50-50. The handling of Singapore, it was so good early in the match in both offense and defense. It's just 20% lower. Speaking of low, Larry Liew. Shot clock pressure got the better of them. Not for Vietnam though, who are very assured through To Quan Trong. And they get it back to 3. Just over 2 minutes left. There's a pressure reliever from Larry Liew. On it goes for Dinh Thanh Tam. He goes to the floor. No foul on the play. For the lead though for Singapore. So we get inside the last couple of minutes. Folkoff. Go. Works hard inside. And Singapore out to 6. Heart rate's down just a little. And he's back to the basket. That's good strong work. Likewise from Dinh Thanh Tam at the other end. 223s.
All right, listen.
Playing strongly.
Mình chạy hold down nha.
Listen, when you guys, the 5-man and Tam, both of you guys, when
Số
you're
4
going
và
to
số 5 á.
set the initial screen for the point guard.
Khi mà cái cản cái lần đầu á, Hen nó qua rồi,
Don't
Hen
just
tạo
break the
khoảng
play
trống
off.
xong rồi.
Create some space and then wait for zone to come out of the
Rồi
corner.
đợi chút,
His
đợi
man
phía
is
dưới.
going underneath. So find him, lower the screen and bury his ass underneath here.
Tại vì cái người đang cản anh Dương á, cái người đang cản anh Dương nó đi lòn dưới, cho nên số 4, số 5 á, mình có thể là cản cái này xong mình quay qua nè, mình cản cái thằng đi lòn dưới luôn, mình cản cái thằng lòn dưới đó luôn.
Tam up as well.
Tam giật anh đồng vô nha.
Mean you be ready to shoot from the corner, all right? If your man helps inside,
You're at the top. If not, just keep sealing inside. Right? Now listen, you don't get that. Kick the ball on. Turn the ball over to the other side.
So Vietnam have made a heck of a run at Singapore
Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Time it.
since about halfway through the third quarter. They were down by more than 20, Vietnam. They've got it back to 2 and 3, but now out to 6 again. Can Singapore nurse it across the line from here? Nguyen Van Hung, not in a hurry. Got to make this possession count. And he dishes off to Nguyen Van Hung. They're hard to contain. Nguyen Duong and Nguyen Van Hung. 7 and 10 for Vietnam. Travel against Singapore. This was the earlier bucket for Vietnam. Finished by Nguyen Van Hung. Not going to miss from there with the defence on the back foot. Last 50 seconds of the match. A little bit of shot clock pressure now, 7. Got to take it. Doesn't go. What do Vietnam do? No foul. The possession of Singapore. Yep.
please get it right. They don't have the timeouts correct. I've only taken one. Okay. It's important at the end of the game. I've only taken one.
So some disagreement about how many timeouts have been taken by Vietnam. Half a minute to go. Singapore by 4. Even the coaches are feeling the heat as we try and settle this disagreement about how many timeouts. Both teams have one left. Looks like the score's been settled. Nguyen fouls again. No hard feelings. I know what's on the line here. Vietnam running to catch up and foul their man. 25 seconds left. Vietnam trying to just hurry up and get Singapore to the line, at least get possession back. Still disputing the timeout discussion, Todd Purvis. Points for Delvin Goh. All right, finally Vietnam have managed to force Singapore to the free throw line after racking up some quick fouls. He gets one. That might be crucial. 6 the lead, 20 seconds left. Vietnam have got to be very efficient. Got to score twice. The score's been adjusted, 78-73. Might be it. That needed to go. And so did that. And this should finish it. Jonathan pushes the lead out to 7. And we know that that's that. 3-point shot gets away but doesn't go, and Singapore have somehow held on. Oh, they were looking rocky in that last quarter. They did not play their best basketball in the last 10 minutes. It wasn't pretty, but it's a win, and Singapore have defeated Vietnam 80-73.